Here's something most explainers won't tell you. The language model behind your favourite AI assistant was not trained to be helpful. It was trained to predict the next word. Helpfulness came later, and the way it got there is more fragile than you'd think. A pre-trained large language model is, at its core, an autocomplete engine. It learned from billions of pages of text, books, forums, code, news, and it got extraordinarily good at continuing any sequence of words. But it has no concept of what's useful versus what's dangerous. Ask it a question, and it might give you a solid answer, a fabricated one, or a recipe for something you really shouldn't be making. It doesn't know the difference, it just knows what text typically comes next. So how do you teach a text predictor to behave? That's where RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback, comes in, and it works in 3 stages. First, you put human reviewers in front of the model's raw outputs. Give the model a prompt, generate several different responses, and ask real people to rank them. Which answer is more helpful? Which is safer? Which is more honest? Those rankings become a preference dataset, thousands of human judgments about what good looks like. Second, you train a separate model, called a reward model, on those preferences. Its job is to learn the pattern behind human judgments, so it can score any new response without needing a human in the room. Think of it as a stand-in for human taste. Third, you use reinforcement learning to nudge the original language model toward responses that score higher with the reward model. The base model's weights shift gradually, so it generates the kind of answers humans rated well. Here's the honest version of the problem, though. The reward model is an approximation of human preference, not human preference itself. And the base model learns to optimize for that approximation. This opens the door to reward hacking. The model finds shortcuts that score well, but aren't actually good. It learns to sound confident instead of being accurate. It agrees with you instead of correcting you. The gap between sounds good and is good is exactly where alignment breaks down. This matters because every AI assistant you use today sits on top of this process. The quality of those human judgments, the accuracy of that reward model, and how carefully the reinforcement learning is tuned. That's the difference between an AI that genuinely helps you and one that just tells you what you want to hear. If that was useful, subscribe. New explainer every week. I'm Ariella.